Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here, and I just wanted to make a quick, more rational follow-up to my kind of rant video from the other day regarding Cad Bane and his death in the Book of Boba Fett. So, first of all, the response has been incredible. I think you guys are absolutely incredible, and one of the initial questions I want to throw out is, do you guys want to see more Star Wars content on this channel? I can definitely provide more Star Wars content. I'm going to be different than all the content and lore YouTubers. I would just talk about stuff I have issues with for the most part, because that's what I do. But if you guys want more Star Wars content, please tell me in the comments section of stuff you would like me to cover and talk about, because I will be more than happy to provide any issues I have regarding the Star Wars product. So let's get into Cad Bane's death in a more rational way, instead of just, I'm sure the anger will come out, but let's talk about it in a bit more rational way. So, my comment section is not very mixed. I have 198 likes and 75 dislikes, okay? I can still see the dislike bar because I have the Chrome extension, and I advise you all to get it too. But, so apart from the blah, cry about it, blah, and then the praise, one of the things I keep seeing is the fact that Cad Bane's not dead, bro. He's not dead. The is he actually dead conversation is the main one people are having, and not that he's actually dead. And I think that's at least good. Because I think the main reason that that's coming up is because it wasn't the right decision. And people know that. I think if there was no blinking light, this would still come up. He stabs him, and that's it. It's the most anticlimactic thing ever. It was structurally not the right call to kill him yet. And it's so unfortunate they did it, because if they do end up bringing him back, when Boba actually takes him out, is now going to have way less weight to it, because he already took him out once. So, I don't know. I thought it was a very, very stupid decision to even put Cad Bane in a state of vulnerability so close to his initial debut. Thought that was a super dumb decision. So, from now on, I will be talking as if he is alive. Do I believe he's alive? No, I don't. And some people were confusing that when I said that it's Disney Star Wars. And they said, well, Disney Star Wars brought back Palpatine. But the reason I say it's Disney Star Wars, and that was my reason, was the fact that Disney Star Wars will make the worst structural decision. They will make bad decisions. That's all they do, is their decision-making there, in regards to storyline, is very inconsistent. We will say that, to be nice. Because Disney doesn't do all bad. Rogue One was okay. Clone Wars Season 7 was good. Mandalorian is a good show. And, they do some positive things. So to say that they're, completely shit is wrong. But they have, on the other hand, they have objectively damaged the brand, mostly through the sequel trilogy. The Last Jedi is a terrible movie. It is a terrible movie. But objectively, it is a terrible movie. The Rise of Skywalker is a terrible movie. The Force Awakens is the only one that's passable. And it's not even passable now because of how much its brother and sister movies bring it down. That entire trilogy is a mess that damaged the brand beyond belief. That is objectively true. So that's what I mean when I say it's Disney Star Wars. Of course he's dead. Because they make the worst decisions possible sometimes. And this feels like one of the moments where they made a bad decision. But let's talk about the light. So, when the camera was panning on Cad Bane, I was assuming that was just for us fans to oh, there's your legacy character, guys, he's dead. And his hat was off, too. I regard Bane's hat as a symbol of his control over a situation. If his hat is not on his head, he's not in control of a situation. That's my main kind of symbolism of Bane's hat. But, so, his hat was off. If his hat was on, I would feel like he might be alive, but his hat was off. That's if his hat is separated from his head, he's lost control of a situation. But some people and fans are insistent that red light means something. It means that he's getting emergency medicines, or it's his life support. It's sending out a message to Toto to come pick him up. I was confused as to why Toto wasn't with him, but I just assumed Toto got destroyed. which was fine. I was fine with Toto just getting destroyed off screen. That's not something they really need to show. But Toto could still be there. And if that blinking light is sending out a message to Toto to come pick him up, maybe they could artificially enhance him. This is something I got in my comment section that I really liked. If you have Toto save him, and then give him artificial supplements like they're giving to Cobb Vanth, as well as those droid people, it helps deal with his age, because his age is a problem. If you want to keep using him, his age is a problem. So if you have him take a heavy injury here, and then he gets artificially boosted and buffed, it helps deal with the fact that he's going to be dead in 2 years if he doesn't do that. So maybe that's what they were thinking. If that's what they were thinking, then that is good. That is good, because having him walk around in his 70s beating people without any artificial, like, you know what I mean? That would be kind of stupid and kind of OP. I get that he killed Jedi and shit, but he is old. So like, the new generations here, giving him some artificial boost to keep up, I will accept that. And plus, it helps us keep him around. If that's what they're doing. Of course, I just feel like they panned on him because he's a legacy character. I feel like that's the only reason they did it. But like, I hope the red light, it means I hope he's alive. I really, really do. Like, I want you guys to be right about that. And if they salvage it and turn it into something better than what we would get, like, initially, I don't know, the fucking weight of the moment, I think I already said that, the weight of the moment when Boba does take him out now is going to be just a slightly worse than it would have been otherwise. Just don't think he should have been so vulnerable so fast. But, like, and when you really look at it, it's just, like, it wasn't the right call. The death was not the right call from a structural standpoint. He just got here, and that battle was silly. Let's talk about the battle. Like, it's a fitting end to Cad Bane. Yes, the idea of Boba Fett killing Cad Bane is a fitting end to Cad Bane, yes. But that execution was pure fucking garbage. That battle was truly awful. The good guys had the advantage the whole fucking time. Even when, like, the only time the bad guys did anything is when the droids came out, and even then all Boba had to do was get the Rancor, and then they were all dead in seconds, and then, like, I don't, and, like, the Rancor killed all the droids so fucking fast. I think Mando got one too, didn't he? I think it was like two. It was a 2 on. It was, yeah. Mando got one because Boba put all of the shields in the front to block the Rancor, so Mando was able to get in from behind. But like, then Cad Bane shows up and he defeats the Rancor in like 2 seconds. If Cad Bane had shown up as soon as Boba did on the Rancor, he would defeat the Rancor in 2 seconds, and then the droids would kill everybody, and then they would have nothing. It's bad strategy from the Pike Syndicate. And it's bad strategy from a man who was nothing but competent in the Clone Wars. That's another reason this doesn't deserve to be his final end. He was nothing but competent in the Clone Wars. I think an argument could be made that Cad Bane did not do one thing wrong in the Clone Wars. That entire show. I know he gets captured because the Jedi finally outsmart him. But, like, the lengths that they had to go through to outsmart, they had to put Obi-Wan in a fucking chamber to fucking, like, you know what I mean? The lengths they had to go through to actually catch him. I think Bane made no mistakes in that arc, but was still caught anyway because the Jedi just, they finally had a plan that somehow worked. It almost failed too. but like, because he was so competent, it just made no sense watching that battle play out, and the horrible strategy of the Pike Syndicate, and how it was poorly written. Like, the only way the Pikes lose is if it's poorly written because of of what we have. It just did not deserve to be its end. And then the tone of the battle was not taken seriously. Baby Yoda is death to the tone. Baby Yoda is tone death, bruh. That's a growing problem I'm starting to have with him, Grogu. Grogu just interrupts the fucking tone. It can kill any... Grogu can kill the weight of any fucking moment in the show. That's something that they gotta fix on Grogu. That's the biggest problem Grogu has. It's not that Grogu's bad. I'm not saying Grogu's bad at all. I like Grogu. Grogu is your potential face of the franchise going forward. But like, Jesus Christ, right now in his baby form, first of all, he used the Force to bail out Mando for the 500th time. Can we please stop doing that? It's getting very repetitive. It's starting to make Mando look incompetent. But it just, like, you're trying to take something seriously here, and then Baby Yoda coos and does something, and then, it's not good for the tone. It takes you out of the tone that you're in. That's beside the point, though. I could make a whole video on that fucking shit. But again, not saying Baby Yoda's bad. That's just something I want to see fixed on him. I want him to stop killing tones of scenes. But they turned this into something very, very silly. It regressed Boba's... Like, it just... Nothing about that deserves to be the end of a legacy character like Bane. And maybe they were, like, keeping their options open with the light. Like, a part of me just thinks, like, the writer was like, maybe if this gets a lot of backlash, maybe we have this light to fall back on later if we decide to bring him back. I don't know if the writers know what they want to do with him yet. I don't think the writers were prepared to put him in the show. I really don't. I think they felt pressured to put him in the show because people said they wanted to see him in the show. You know what I mean? I don't think they had a clear role for him. I think he was shoehorned in, and then they killed him. So it's like, oh, he's dead, but maybe they're just trying to figure out what to actually do with him. I don't think the writers know what they want to do with him. If they want to bring him back or not. I don't think they have any fucking clue. Which, to be fair, it might be the witch, Kennedy. It might be her. I doubt Kathleen Kennedy likes Cad Bane. That's something else. This is all speculation, obviously. I have no evidence supporting any of this. I doubt Kathleen Kennedy likes Bane. I think Cad Bane is like the antithesis of what she wants Disney Star Wars to be. Because a lot of them torture scenes were made prior to Lucasfilm getting bought by Disney. I think who Cad Bane is as a character, I don't think Kathleen Kennedy wants characters like that in Disney Star Wars. At least these big budget projects. I know they do a lot with Vader, and Vader tortures people and shit, but like, I don't know, something about Cad Bane feels a little different than a Vader. To where, like, because I don't know, Vader has the Force and he Force chokes. I think the Force is such a heavy part of the way he does. I don't know, something about Cad Bane feels a little more grounded and a little more real. I do not think Cad Bane is a character that Kathleen Kennedy likes. Just speculation there, but I don't know. Let me know what you know with that one. So in conclusion here, I really do hope that he's still alive, but I just don't trust Disney Star Wars to make the right decision. And even if they do bring him back, how are they gonna fuck him up next? Do you want them? Do you want them to bring him back and continue to make him as incompetent as you saw in Book of Boba Fett? I think that's the real question. I would have rather him died in Bad Batch in a competent manner than bring him into live action and then do this to him. It's kind of insulting. It makes me wish that the Clone Wars death was canon. Even though I wasn't high on that when I saw it either, because it felt like they could have done more with the Cad Bane Boba relationship. Which again, they still can't. It's so underdeveloped. It's like the most underdeveloped thing in Star Wars is the Cad Bane Boba relationship. But you know, whatever. That's a more rational take on it. It still wasn't the right move from a structural standpoint, and I think that's why people are so confident that he's not dead or asking the question if he's not dead, because it wasn't the right decision. All right, I'm getting the hell out of here, boys. GG's, thanks for the support, and let me know if you want to see more Star Wars in the future on this channel.